Okay, hold on. I don't know why that button doesn't just want to work anymore, but hi guys, welcome on in. How's it going? Hello, hello. Maybe I just need to have this open. But welcome to Thursday. Gave myself a break yesterday. Well, I didn't really because I was working on stuff at the same time. Whatever. But hello, welcome on in. It's time to crochet, so make sure to get all your lovely supplies and all the fun stuff out to get ready. I don't know what I'm gonna make. I kind of have like a few different ideas, so we'll talk about it. But hi, Blue. Welcome on in. How you doing? Hello, hello. Oh my gosh. Okay. Do I have my scissors? Where are my scissors? I just realized I don't have my scissors. Hold on. Wait, I think I do. I think I have another set right here. Okay. I have like my whole bin of scrap yarn next to me, which is great. I have multiple ideas. I have all like the fun hardware stuff. So I think we'll just make a couple little things today, and it'll be kind of fun, and hopefully we'll like the patterns. This is me playing around with a lot of different patterns to see what sticks and goes. Yes, I like this. I'll show you one that I really like so far that I've been messing around with. You guys saw what I was making. I haven't finished it yet, but I've made a few more rectangles with the Tunisian stitch, and I just think they're very pretty. They're very, very pretty. You're playing Started with a Friend. Oh, that sounds so nice. I love that. Okay, tell me more. What's your farm type? Like, what have you done? What's the name? I need to know. But I hope you're having a good time, because that sounds awesome. I love getting to play with friends, I should say. Playing games with friends is always the best. I'll swap to here? Yes. Yes, because then I can show you this. We are also raising money for St. Jude. So above me, you can see the bar. The link is in the chat. St. Jude is a fantastic organization that helps children with cancer and their families so that they don't have to worry about all of the money and all of the stuff for like that. They can worry about each other and, you know, make sure that they can continue on with like life. Now, we've raised $750. We are trying to get to our next goal of $1,000. I don't know if you guys saw the lovely where is it? Do I have it on this one? Do I have it on this one? Do I not have? Okay, hold up. I'll just let me just add it really quick. And there you are. Wabam. So here's all the fun incentives and the fun goals that we have going on. Now, we did do our community games last week, which was awesome. We have a cooking stream coming up. I had it planned for tomorrow, but I am in the process of getting a couple of things that I think would be fun for the cooking stream. I do have to go purchase said cookbook. And I'm also something is coming tomorrow. I'm hoping it's coming on tomorrow, but it's probably coming on Saturday. That'll also help out with that stream. And then we have an arts and crafts stream coming up. So we have to kind of figure out what we want to do for that, because I think I want it to be a long one. I think we want to just do a bunch of different crafts together. I think that'd be kind of cool. But we're working our way towards a trivia night, which I think would be so much fun. It would just be all the different trivia. It could be maybe you could win prizes. I don't know. I think it'd be a good time though. I think it'd be a good time. But because we did get to $750 on Tuesday, I made a promise during the Minecraft stream that I would open up a community server. It's gonna be hardcore mode. You can join if you'd like to. You do have to be in my Discord though. You do have to sign up on the registration list, because I'm going to whitelist it so that only, you know, the people who register could join, just in case, you know, anything happens. But trying to make it like a lot more safe. But if you'd like to participate in that, feel free. I think it'd be fun. I think it would be fun. It'll be up for like a whole month. I think I promised like a month-long hardcore mode servers, so that's the plan. Am I gonna still be alive on that server by the end of the month? Probably not. I'm not that great. Maybe I will. Maybe I will be amazing. Maybe I will practice and I will be freaking awesome. But I think it'd be kind of cool. So I'm so proud of us for getting to $750. You guys are absolutely amazing though, and so super generous. You can see all the lovely donors up here, and you guys are awesome, absolutely awesome. So today, let me show you a couple things. So fun stuff. I have my Harvey. I was debating on making some more beaded guys today. Thinking about it, I don't know. Potentially. They always take a little while because it's like a lot of different beads together. These are something that I was working on. You guys saw me working on the first one here with like all the... I love this stitch. I think it's so gorgeous. So I have it in white. Then I did the same pattern, which ended up being a little bit smaller because of the yarn type. But I love the color. It's like a smoky blue color. It's so pretty. I'm like in love with this stitch. I think I'm in love with this stitch. Absolutely. My plan for these is to make them into tapestries, right? So I'm going to have like a piece up here that it can connect to so you can hang it up. And then I'm going to embroider something like probably nature images onto each one. I think these are really pretty. I also have another color going. So I have this like greener color going with the same stitch. I love it. I love it. I'm still trying to figure out like the best way to do the reverse simple stitch, but I love it. I can't help myself. So I'm also making it in this green. So then I'll have like a few of each color that I can kind of play with and put some stuff onto, and I think that'll be kind of great. So we might work on this today, just to have something easy. But I do love doing some Tunisian stitching. Okay, I know you said Ayo, and I don't know if it was towards the Minecraft stuff or if it was something else. But let me know. What do you mean? Now, I do also have a bunch of other stuff. So I was like, okay, do I want to do some keychains today? Could be kind of fun. Oh, I was thinking that it would be kind of cool to do this keychain pattern that's like a wristlet, so you kind of like, you can wear it on your wrist, and it uses, so maybe this is what I'll start off with, but it uses like this kind of a hook, and then you kind of like, you put like the whole band on it, and you can either have it like around your wrist or attach it to something else. I don't know, it just seems like really cute and really pretty. I think it would be useful. So I want to try that pattern and see how it goes. I have a couple just like super cute keychain patterns that I found that I was like, oh, I want to try these. I like them. I'm a giant book nerd, so we might do the book one. Because I think that's always so super cute. I keep wanting to make it where like a book keychain or like a little book that's like you can put something into it. So maybe that's how I'll do it. Like I'll take this, we'll make it, but we'll make it so that you can still use it to like put something inside of it. Maybe it's a little card holder or something. We could make it like a good size for like credit cards, and then it'll be like on a keychain so that it's kind of like one of these. So then when you go work out or something, boom, that might be nice. Then you have like a little pocket you can put stuff in. I like that plan. In my head, that's like where it's going. But we can. I have a feeling we'll just do a couple small projects today. Nothing huge. I think that'll work for us. All right. And I will make sure to get these patterns into the command. So whenever I switch patterns, I'll make sure to change the command up too, so you guys can get the link. I always like showing you guys free patterns because I think that's like a fun way to, if you're like starting out, or if you're like, I can never find patterns, I always like to be like, well, here, look, I love finding patterns. Oh, shoot. Okay, hold up. I didn't realize. Oh my god. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. I actually have to do something for my brother. But I will also get the pattern up and get everything set. So how are you guys doing? What are you working on? Tell me all about it while I get set up here. There we go. So we're gonna start off with the, what do they call it? The lavender keychain? Which I'm gonna do it in like a purpley color, so I think that'll be kind of fun. Lavender Fields keychain. And we're gonna see how it goes. And there's a special stitch in this, so we'll work on it together. I think that'll be okay. There we go. Da 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 da. Perfect. So if you're curious, that's what it's going to look like. All of that good stuff. But I just need to do a quick upload. So don't mind me while I get this. This is called, Rachel has been doing a lot of work lately, and I forgot to upload a file. Okay. Have you ever been there? I feel like everybody's been there at some point. All right. Come on. Open up. There we go. Oh, I didn't put those there. Oh, I'm silly. See, I'm silly. This is what happens. There we go. Okay, so those are uploading. Perfect. Love to see it. Hopefully it's not bothering stream. I doubt it will, but, you know, you never know. I'm already unstable, right? So, we have our lovely hook. See, I have like a bunch of hardware now, because I'm very into wanting to do a bunch of stuff with that would use these types of rings and keychains, and I think they're just like super handy. So I have these. I have a bunch of keychains, the circle ones with like little pieces on it. But I think those are going to be really good for the stuff we're making today, because we're going to make like the small stuff. So there we go. Let me pull up the pattern. Cool. What size hook do I need? I brought out like my smaller hooks because I just kind of made an assumption. It's like, oh yeah, I'll probably just need the smaller ones, right? So, oh, you use a 5. Oh, are you kidding? Is that like the only one I don't have? I might use the 4 because I just don't care, or a 4.5 because that's easier. What was I making what was I making that I like lost my 5? Okay, I found it. It's fine. We're good. We're good. Oh, this is what I get for constantly crocheting something in some room. Okay. Got like glue on my desk. All right. So for this, worsted yarn, 5mm hook. How many stitches are you gonna do onto this? Let's find out. Okay, so we're gonna do 5 single crochets onto the ring. And I got this purple because I thought this was a fun purple. I mean, I have like a lot of different colors, honestly. We could even do it in like a fun multicolor. I think I'm gonna start with the purple though. Because I like this shade. would imagine this is big enough because I think hers might be just a smidge bigger, but that's all right. And I'm going to zoom in. Don't mind my awful hands. I have done nothing with my nails lately. I probably should do my nails soon just to change it up a little bit, right? Okay. Let's see. I think, oh wait, do they want to use the, I think I actually going to be using the tail to sew. So hold up. Let me make that longer just in case. I don't think I want to crochet that in as I go, because sometimes that is what you'll want to do. But with this, I think I'm actually going to use it to sew, so that's fine. So doing 5 single crochets. There we go. Wonder if I shouldn't have... Could probably just do this because it had like a weird bump on the end, so let me see if I can't get this to be a little bit flatter. Okay, so we have our 5. That's much better. I think that worked out a little bit better. So I still did put it underneath the stitches, but I kind of like that because it keeps it nice and tight. So this is where we're going to be doing one of the special stitches that they're telling us about. So this is a stacked single crochet. So we're going to do a regular crochet, it looks like. And then it says insert into the vertical bars. Yarn over, pull through. And then that's it. So that should have stacked it. So it's like a single and then a single crochet stacked on top. So hopefully I'm doing this right. Then skip a stitch and do a puff stitch. Okay. All right, let's go. So in this one here, we're going to yarn over, insert, yarn over again, pull it out a little bit, 2, and then 3 times. And then pull it through all of the loops, and then we're going to do it again. So it says chain 1 and then do it again. In this, I think in the same stitch, because it's going to make like a V stitch with the puffs. That's like the objective with this. Yeah. So 1, 2, and 3. Pull it through. We have our cute little puff stitch. I'm gonna skip again and then a double crochet into the last stitch if I didn't make it too tight. There we go. Well, I actually think this is gonna be a cute pattern. I'm gonna like this. Okay. I already like it. I probably should, whoopsies, I probably should just move my mouse over here, but this is okay. Okay. So we're going to single crochet, and then we're going to do that again where we stack it. Like that. Go straight into the puff stitch. Yeah, so I have like a whole list of different patterns and stuff that I've been wanting to work on. And it's kind of perfect to work on it with you guys, I think. Because it lets me kind of play around and try different stuff and then see what we'd like together, and if I don't like something, you know, you just don't continue with it, right? You do something else, you do something different. So we did the puff, skip another stitch, and double crochet in the last stitch of the row. Okay, so it is just going to be, I think, that simple. And I like how the puff stitches look and everything. It's kind of cute. The stacked single crochet, I'm like a little on the fence about, but I think it's fine. I don't think it's actually a problem. And I think the whole idea is just to either give it some sort of look, or if they're just trying to give it a length without having like holes or anything, I think that's what they're kind of going for. So it has the same height as the double crochet you end up putting inside of it. Okay. But having like a nice keychain like this is always like a nice to have, I would think. As a person who tends to not have nice big pockets for everything to fit, right? You like to have like a keychain or a small bag that you can put it on. It's useful. See, the only thing is that the single crochet thing is throwing me off a little bit, but I think it's okay. I think mine actually does look like what theirs is, so I think we're good. I'm always concerned that I'm like, well, if it doesn't look the same, what am I doing weird? But actually it does, so we're fine. I wonder if I'm not supposed to do a chain. I'm always used to just doing a chain, but let me see. What does it look like if I just turn without chaining? That might be better. It might be a little bit flatter. So we can continue on that way. I think that's fine. Now we do have an arts and crafts stream coming up because you guys got to $500, which allows us to which opened up the arts and crafts stream, which is going to be a nice long stream. We do arts and crafts for like hours. Which I think will be fun. But I'm trying to come up with like some fun plans for it. We could crochet. I think we should paint. Because I think that would be a lot of fun. I haven't gotten to paint in a while. So I was like, oh, we could do like some sort of canvas. I have these tiny canvases, which I think would be super cute to work on. Could even do some virtual painting, because I think that would be kind of funny. I have a lot of little, I don't know, little craft items that we could probably use to make something else, which I think could be cool. Oopsies. So we have lots of options. I have clay. I was even trying to like look some other ideas up, and I keep seeing string art, where you just like you put the nails in the board, and you do string art around those, which is really fun. So I was like, oh, that could be interesting, but definitely have to get the materials for that, because I don't think I just have that lying around. Oh, I even think I have like a little basket weaving kit my grandmother gave me that she thought would be kind of fun. So if we were interested in doing that, that could be kind of interesting too. Yeah, I like this. I like the little stitch on this one. This one's kind of cute. You did a normal farm? You called it Caloo, like Cal and Blue. Oh, I like that. That's cute. That's really cute. Can I put this down further? Please don't bounce up. There we go. I was gonna put it up higher, and then I was like, no, my mouth is angled down. That's not gonna be, it's not gonna work for the microphone. Okay. How many rows am I doing? Oh, you could even make this into a lanyard. That's actually kind of cute. I'm gonna do the wristlet though, so this is going to be 21 rows total. That's fine by me. It's fine by me. We'll see how it fits. I like the idea of the lanyard though too, because this would be a cute lanyard. Cal does the farming and you do the mining. I love that. I love that. See, for me and my husband, because we have a shared farm, he's the miner. I'm the fisherman. We both do the farming because otherwise neither of us would have energy. But I love that. I love how we're all just like Stardew crazy. It's great. It's hard not to be though. And then when you have Concerned Ape over here going, hey, I'm gonna add some more stuff to this game that you guys really like, and it's like, oh yeah, yes, cool, great. Now I have to start over and play it like crazy again. Oh my god, I cannot get into that vertical stitch. Go. Kel does the fishing and they find it super easy. Yeah, I understand. I was I'm not trying to be rude, look. Once you get used to it, it's one of those things that takes practice, right? I feel like everything takes practice. And I've just grown to really enjoy the fishing. And since I do it all the time, it starts to feel a little bit easier. So I like it. That's why I'm excited to be able to go after the tough fish in my save with stream, Because it's just like, I know I'm going to get to the point where I'm like, okay, it's time to go for a legendary, and we're going to see if we can't get it. Like, I'll probably still need to have, like, a good bobber and like, some good bait and everything, but hopefully it won't be horrendous, and it'll be a lot of fun. And the fish aren't jerks, you know? Because sometimes they can be absolute jerks, and then I don't catch them, and then I'm just like, why? What you doing? Why do you hate me so? Okay, that's probably gonna get annoying. I don't know, we'll see. If it does, then I'll put something under it so it's not so loud. Okay. There we go. So how many are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We want 20 puff stitch. I keep laughing because I was just like, oh, I should have done the remixes for our perfection save, right? And one of the awful crazy bundles is supposed to be like one of the hardest things is like the crazy fish, the master fisherman bundle or something. I'm like, that actually sounds kind of fun. I want it. Oh, I'm okay. I hope I don't say this wrong, but Carofia, welcome on in. Or Phila? Flilla? I'm so sorry. Let me know if I'm saying that wrong, if you want to go by something specific. But hello, welcome on in. How you doing today? Hello, hello. Are you a fellow crafter? I need to put something underneath this. The keychain is rubbing, and it's obnoxious. It's absolutely obnoxious. You're fine, thanks. No, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear it. Always good to hear when someone is doing well. You know what? Perfect. We'll use that, because that'll stop the rubbing. Are you a fellow crafter? If anybody's working on any fun projects in chat, feel free. Let us know what you're doing, what you're working on. Today we're doing some small crochet things like keychains, because I thought it would be kind of nice to try out some different patterns. So far I'm liking this one because it's very simple. It feels like it's going to whip up very quickly. We might be able to make a couple of them, and I like it. Oh, you crochet too! The A in caro is pronounced as the U in bus. Okay. So, caro? Caro? I'm sorry. I feel so, like, ridiculous when I can't say it. I apologize. And flea is like flea market. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Flea. So, caro flea. I might have done it right. I have no idea. But a little in this gap since you finished a project and you didn't decide yet what to make. Ah. You know what? Fair. Fair. Sometimes it's hard to figure out what you want to do next, right? I feel like I have so many projects that I want to do, it becomes a little overwhelming, and then I'm just like, do I want to do any of these? Or do I need something different? Oh, 2 L's. Oh, yeah, you're right. Fleela. Okay, cool. Thank you for helping me say it properly. Hopefully I do it a little bit of justice. Oh my gosh, go in. There we go. Yeah, I might grab a couple different colors for this. That could be kind of fun. Honestly, if we did like a multicolor yarn could be kind of cute. It's almost like little hearts in the puff stitch. Better than some countrymen. You know what? Fair. Try my best. Alexa, don't tell me about storms today. I don't need to know. My assumption is that we're just gonna get a lot of storms. Okay. We had a storm this morning. Apparently last night too, but I did not hear it. It was so quiet. What are we doing here? Yeah, my camera is a little slow for some reason. I have to get like something different or try to work on getting it to work well, so I apologize for that. I'm probably a little too quick for it. But I am working on a keychain, so it's going to be like a wristlet, so it actually will go around your wrist. It'll fold over, and you'll be able to have that around your wrist. Yeah, unfortunately, I do probably need a new camera, but can't do that right now. There we go. It should be clear though, so hopefully it still isn't blurry. But this one, I can actually, let me hit this button. This is the link for the pattern that I found. I thought it was really cute, kind of pretty. So I was like, oh, this actually would be like a fun one to try out and see if I like it. So that's what we're doing today. We might do a few other patterns if we have time. So what this pattern is showing, it's an extended single crochet at the beginning, 2 puff stitches, and then a double crochet. Yes. But the pattern is in that link there. And I'm like, I feel like the beginning stitch could be just a double crochet, honestly. I was like, I'm sitting here on the fence on the extended single, but I feel like if I was doing it, I probably would have just done the double. But I'm all right with it. I'm gonna go with what the pattern says for now. Or stacked. Does it say stacked or extended? I think it's stacked. Sorry, in my head I'm just kind of... I said the wrong one. Okay. So how many are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, sorry, it's a stacked because it's through the post. It's not just doing like an extra chain. But I'm still on the fence about it. It's like, I don't know if it's like what I really want, but it's all right. It's all right. Okay. Now I don't even remember what I counted. I started counting and then I completely forgot what I wanted to say. Couldn't capture that. I'm sorry, what do you mean? It helps against the gap. Yeah, I kind of thought it would, but at the same time I'm like looking at it and I'm just like, but I feel like there could be like something else to do that would do it so it wouldn't get like the bump, but maybe I'm just, I don't know. 15. It kind of just depends on what you're comfortable with, what you want it to look like, etc., etc. There we go. Oh, no, not the puff stitch. I'm talking about the stacked single. The puff stitch, we're doing that on purpose because we're actually making 2 puff stitch with a single between, or with a chain between, and actually going in between each puff stitch. So that's on purpose. But I feel like with this one, I don't know. I'm okay with it. I'm just going to do what the pattern says for this guy. I don't mind. Just trying to find different patterns that I like and enjoy to add to my list of make many. Make many of these. But we all have our own style and things that we end up finding for ourselves that we enjoy doing, so... or that work better for us, right? Yeah, there's a potential that it could. It would depend on the first stitch and the next stitch, depending on that gap, sure. For this, I think, I mean, even with theirs, it's all, even the yarn will change what the gaps would end up looking like, so... 7... I went 4 and I don't know why. I just started having fun yarning over, apparently. Oh no, you're totally fine. You're absolutely fine. It's one of those things too where it's like I have to read, right? I have to read what you guys are saying, which can always be interpreted differently too. So you're totally okay. Half the time I mess up what I'm saying. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I guess I should technically have a counter on, but I don't. If I had that on, it would probably help me from having to count every 2 seconds. There we go. I still like this one, though. I don't know if you guys have ever made little wristlets. I've made a couple before. And it's funny because I always feel like they have like the puff stitch in there. I don't know if it's just for like comfort wise or if it just makes like a really pretty stitch for a wristlet, but I feel like that tends to happen. But I think I prefer this one over the other one I've made before so far. At least the look. think one more, because it should be 20 puff stitches. Or puff stitch rows, I should say. Oh my god, go. There we go. Did I get... Oh, I caught it, hold on. I caught the yarn there, and I hate how it looks, so I gotta fix it. Piece of it's separated. There we go. That's better. How long have you been crocheting for? If anybody else in chat also crochets or does crafting, let us know about it. What's your current project? I missed Whips Wednesday with you guys, so look, I'm gonna be asking about your current whips anyways. It's going to happen. Thursday is just an extended Wednesday, or a Whip Wednesday, right? An extended Whip Wednesday. That's really cute. Let's see if I can't show you guys the whole thing. There you go. I like that. I love the color, too. I think I definitely want to make more of these. So... it says it should be about 5.5 to 5 inches. Do I have my... Okay. Here we are. Your last project was a bottle sleeve in the block stitch in black with accents all across the rainbow. Oh, that's so fun. Declared yourself stupid for both choosing black and fine weight. Oh no. You know what? It'll be worth it though. I bet it looks fantastic. It sounds really cool. You started last Friday. Nice. Oh, Black Friday. You're making cup cozies. Ooh, always fun. I always like a good koozie. You get those cozies going. It's great. Was hooking some yarn. Oh, I love that. That's what you got on Black Friday. That's perfect. That's amazing. 6. Yeah, that's good enough. I like it. I like the size. I'm glad it looks amazing. That's awesome. Fold the project. And then we just sew it together. That's it. Okay. That's so simple. Okay. And I know I have one of my tapestry needles in here. The little tube that's supposed to hold on my needles broke. And oh my god, it was driving me crazy. And now I have to just keep it in my little pouch. Okay. Do they have a specific stitch that they use? Nope. Nope. Just says sew it together. Okay. Fair enough, right? Created a hand loop for it with double held yarn, black and rainbow. Nice. Now you need a border in black around against it, spiraling around itself. That sounds amazing. I love it. Yeah, sometimes I kick myself when, like, with like the projects I choose. I'm just like, oh, I really want to make this, and these are the colors I'm going for, and then I'm just like, why did I choose that? What was I thinking? Who let me do these things? And then it ends up looking amazing. So, you know what? I love it. I'm glad you're sticking with it. Oh, the fine yarn is the only one you have in nice colors. Oh no. I was doing a lot with crochet thread. Well, I guess I still technically have been doing a lot with crochet thread, but that tends to hurt my hands sometimes, and I'm just like, but I really love this project, but it hurts and I need a break. That crazy fine thread. And those teeny tiny hooks, right? Driving us crazy. But looking fantastic. Come on, go through. Okay, maybe I picked a needle that was a little too thick. Go through this side. Come on. 3.5, maybe the 2.5. Oh my god, I totally understand. Yes. Get those tiny ones in there. Okay. Let's get this hidden. I'll have to sew in the other end. They were like, oh yeah, leave a long tail. I don't even think I needed to really leave that long of a tail on the beginning. Like, ridiculous. Because it's like, no, you're not actually using that piece. I was thinking that they were going to have me use that original piece to sew it together. That's fine. It's actually pretty good. So let's see. Cut this up. You started with amigurumi? Nice. I've had a couple friends who learned that way. I love amigurumi. They're so cute. You can make such fun things with it. It's great. It's hard not to love it. You're starting to get the yarn collection, but it doesn't inspire you. Oh, really? Crazy yarn collections, I feel like, are a staple of any fiber artist. I don't even want to talk about mine right now because my whole room is in disarray. I need to reorganize again because I keep pulling stuff out to figure out projects and put stuff together, and then all of a sudden I'm just like, what have I done? What have I done? My room is horrendous. Oh, you've been gifting a lot to friends. Oh, that's fair. I love doing that. There's so much love put into a made project, right? I like this. Yeah, I think I love this. This is gonna be good. It feels nice and sturdy too, which is great. I wonder if there's gonna be a way to have this on here better, but it's actually not too bad. I like it. Just a small drawer, nothing too crazy. Yet. I love the yet in parentheses. Like, oh, we all know it's gonna happen. We all know it's coming. And we're ready for it. There we go. Yeah, I think I like this. I want to try. We could probably make a couple more in this, like, same color. Or, like, a similar color. Or I guess in a different color. Am I saying? What do I have in nice scraps? I showed this one before. Honestly, with the multi-tonal would be really pretty. So potentially that one. I have a vibrant green, which could be kind of fun. Maybe even like a neutral, but I don't really know. I don't have a lot of scraps of neutral. Could do black. You know yourself well enough to know that you want to be honest. No, fair. Honestly, it's so fair. It's hard not to just buy more and more yarn, right? Then you end up like me, crazy craft lady over here with her entire room just filled. Let's screw it. I think I do want to make one in this color because I think it's kind of fun. These are great. I think I'm going to love this. Okay, cool. Let me put this here. There you go. Do I have a pull from the middle? Apparently we're on an ad break. Apparently. Oh, there's my other pair of scissors. I knew I had put that somewhere. You're trying not to have it get out of hand too quickly. Catch yourself checking out new yarns. You get like a different weight or you want to try something. Oh my god, yes. See, this is going to be a lot thinner. This is a lot thinner. Well, it feels a lot thinner too. Yeah. So that might be... You know, I think that'll be fine. We might just have to go a row extra or something, but I'll use the same hook for it. I love having a variegated yarn. You get some variegated yarn in here, it's great. Can make some projects a bit more exciting. Okay, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, this is gonna be a fun one. Oh, I'm excited. Okay. How did we start this off? Oh, I guess we can still do this stacked. I'm gonna be good. Okay, and then we skip and we puff. Puff stitch. Puff stitches are so cute. You can use them in so many different ways. I do love seeing the ones where you can make like a design with the puff stitch. So if you do the like a regular stitch in between, and then you have the puff stitch create the design. It's always so fun. Well, I feel like I have to add this one to my I like it list. To the make it again list. Because I feel like I already have it memorized, because it's extremely simple. There we go. Yeah, these, like, once you get it down, once you know what you're making, oh, these are gonna whip up so quickly. I like it. I like it a lot. Sometimes it's nice to just have, like, a quick project at your disposal, right? And it's, like, a useful one, too, honestly. I do like that they gave the number of rows for a lanyard size as well, because that actually could come in handy. I went to a convention a couple months ago, or a month ago. Was it a month ago? It was a month ago, and they used to give out like these cute lanyards every year. It would be like themed, but I think they only gave them to like VIPs this year, and they gave us like really small stringy ones, and I was like, oh, that's not as fun. So honestly, having something like this that I could have attached it to would have been way more fun. A little bit more style and interest. I love the colors in this. Definitely my style here. I don't know if I'm just crocheting tight. What is going on? A couple of these stitches were snug. Stay over there. I don't know if I have my yarn holder near me that I can use. Does the starting row have? It shows to do 5 on the D ring. So if you missed it, I had put the pattern, that link is the pattern. But it starts off with 5 single crochets on the ring. And then it's just the simplicity of doing a stacked single, puff stitch, or chain, puff stitch in the same stitch, and then a double crochet. So you're gonna skip stitches though in between. That's why it has like that gap as well. So you have that stacked, skipped a stitch, puff, puff, skip a stitch, double crochet. And then it just repeats. It just repeats until you get to the size you want. I like it. It's simple, but it's like, it looks so pretty. I think that's like probably part of my favorite stitches sometimes can be so simple, so simplistic, but they look so pretty. And they're incredibly enjoyable. I love doing complex stuff, but sometimes you just get that simple one that just makes you smile. Okay, put that one here. I did not pull from the center from this guy, and he's going to be flopping all over my desk. Definitely a good stash buster, though, too, for this guy. Because it doesn't take too much yarn or anything, so if you just have, like, a small amount left, easy. Not counting stitches, no increases or decreases, just crochet. Exactly. Exactly. Super simple. You don't have to think as much. You can turn your brain off for a little while, right? Just relax. Relax and crochet. Okay. to figure out what I want to do next, because I love this one. Now I'm like, do I just make a bunch of these today? Do we just stick with this? I might switch to something else too, but we'll see. That's why you chose the bottle sleeve in the block stitch. The most difficult things were the base and the setup, and then you're like, and then you just take off. Then you just go with it. There we go. Yeah, I like it. This is gonna be so fun. I love the colors. This is gorgeous to me. I think some neutral tone ones would be kind of nice too, just to have. But you get the fun colors. It's like hard to say no to a fun color. There we go. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, this whips up so fast. I love it. I love it. You feel accomplished. I have 1,000 whips going, but this one just like, yes, finished very quickly. Love that. How long has it been? Oh, I should repeat one thing that if you guys didn't realize that we're doing, we are raising money for St. Jude Research Hospital. They're a fantastic organization that help children with cancer get the help that they need. And their #1 goal is to get rid of and stop childhood cancer. So if you'd like to donate, feel free. The link is in chat. We are working on getting to our next goal of $1,000. We are so far at $750. And we are raising money all month long for St. Jude Play Live. I can't wait for our Arts and Crafts Day, honestly. Because I'm like, oh, we could do so many things. So I'll have to make a fun list. Maybe I'll have you guys vote. And we can do like 3 or 4 different things that day. And have some cute crafts and maybe a good variety of things going. Okay. Oopsies. And we'll have to see if the stuff comes early for that I'm getting for our cooking stream. I might do it this weekend. We'd have stuff going on Sunday, but maybe on Saturday, but otherwise I will move it to next week. It's just gonna depend on if it comes in time. I have stuff that's like on its way that I've ordered. I'm just like, come on. I'm so excited. And I have to wait. But it'll definitely make things a lot easier and a little bit more fun. Okay. This will be a good tell too, to see how much of a size difference it is with this yarn. Since it's a little bit thinner, I'm just kind of curious to see the size difference and what I would have to do to change it up. I probably wouldn't want to go up a hook size, but we could always just add a couple rows depending on the length, because I feel like the width is good. The width is the same, but it does feel a little bit thinner, so I'm just kind of curious to see what would happen. I had this yarn forever. I have no idea what type it is. I know it's a worsted, that's about it. Don't know where it came from, or the brand. Had it too long, this is what happens. No, I didn't label everything. I'm not that organized. I'm not. No. Should I be? Yes. Am I? No, absolutely not. Maybe one day. One day I will organize myself to that capacity. Today is not that day. Today is the day I grab some yarn and go, no, I could not tell you where this is coming from. And just go with it. Okay. Time is it? Okay, good. I have a little bit of time. Always want to make sure I'm paying attention. I realize now that I did not message my brother back. I hope that actually uploaded. Let me check really quick when after this row, I just need to check on something. This is what happens when you spread yourself a little thin. And you do so many different projects and you dabble in so many different things. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 5 more rows, and then we can see if it's the right length. Let me just check. Oh, good. Okay. Good. I'm actually thinking it is coming out pretty much the same size. Not unlike my tapestry, where this one is a little bit bigger than the powder like blue, the smoky blue color that I've done. That one did come out differently. And then actually, I think I'm using 3 different yarns, to be quite honest, with that one, with all like the different tapestry ones I'm making. But I like that because it gives me an idea of how each is going to look and feel at the end. But the white was like a little thicker. That like this blue is a little bit thinner, and then this green is actually even thinner than that. So it's kind of fun to see how they work up, so I can see if they'll work together or if I can make like something interesting. But I'm in love with the stitch. I truly am. Give me more Tunisian crocheting, I say. There we go. I started kind of designing a couple of things that I'm going to probably put on these, and I think I'm going to embroider them because I think it'll be better. Or if I really wanted to do something like with some pizzazz, maybe I'll like crochet a flower and then it'll like stick out, or like the petal could stick out or something. We talked about that last week and I was just like, oh, I think that could be kind of cute. But I don't want it to look too kitschy. I want these to look a little bit more elegant. So, as long as I can make them look pretty at the same time, then I could make them a little bit 3D and kind of fun that way. What other projects am I working on that I can tell you guys about? I have my Gaggle a Goose. I almost have like 10 of them. And I love those guys. They're fantastic. Another one that's pretty quick, honestly. I really love how cute they are. I might make a couple of them into keychains or something. That's one of my thoughts on those, because they are small enough that they could be keychains. And then, oh, I need to make squares so I can make some more of those cute bags, because I like how that came out. So I might do more of that as well, because I have the little bum bag that's made of like the 4 squares. And I did cross stitch on one of them, and I do like how that was. I think I want to try again though, and not use such a thin yarn to cross stitch with, because I think that would be a little bit better. It might pop a little bit more. But it's just so fun to like mix and match the different things. I see your raw. Is this a celebration raw, or is this a yell of being distraught? I feel like it could be either way. You tried it too, but it didn't work out. Maybe because of the one skein of yarn that is even thinner than fine. Oh no! Oh god! Okay, yeah. But still. So pretty! I love it. I love it. They're so pretty. How can you say no, right? How can you say no? 2 more. I thought I had it. I wasn't counting. Welcome to Counting Rows with Rachel, because she doesn't count while she's talking. She just lets it happen. Okay. So the other patterns that I was like looking at for today, a bit more amigurumi. So we have a cute book with a face that I still am thinking I want to make it into like a little bag or something. Maybe we could have like a little clothes section to it. I had a cupcake, a little pocket dragon, a lemon slice. See, these are the silly things that I just want to try making and seeing if they stick. Seeing if I want to make like a billion of them. And then a cute little camera. So we'll see if we get to any of those, but I figured I wanted to make sure I had a variety to play around with, and then we could always like spin a wheel or something. You bought it before realizing that mixing in the weights isn't that good of an idea. It can be, that is a dangerous thing. It can be a very dangerous thing. Now, what you could do, right, you might be able to use, since you said it was thinner, can you use like two strings put together? Would that make the same weight as the other one, or at least a similar weight? Because that might help. Or if it's even thinner than that, right? There's a way, I can show you on this. to make this into like a really thick yarn, you do like the, oh my god, brain. How does it go? You fold it over, then you actually attach that folded piece to here. Oh my god, why isn't that coming to me? Hold on. There's a way. Oh wait, yeah. So you fold it into 3. So then that would put like 3 of them together, not the 2. So if you wanted to like put 3 together without having to like cut it or using from like different ends, you could put 3 together. I don't know what like thickness you need it though. You think triple is gonna be better than double? Fair. Oh, it's variegated, so the color would be a mess. Ooh. Or would it look cool? But yeah, so like you fold this down, then you fold it into a third, so you have it like looped around itself. So here's the end and the loop. That's where you attach it. There we go. See, sometimes I have to sit back and think for a second. Let's see. But that makes it nice and thick. But yeah, that's true. If it is a variegated, that might make that a little too messy, right? That might make it a little too messy. But I like how easy it is to do like a thickness this way. It changes it up so much. It's like drastic. Ooh, I love an ombre. But yeah, that's true. Well, like I would call this more of a variegated. So like this would be more to me a variegated yarn. That ombre, I would assume, is it like drastic changes, like multiple different colors, or is it like from like a light tone to a dark tone? Because then I would think that's more of an ombre, right? At least in my head, that's kind of how I see it. This to me is more like a variegated yarn because it changes colors so frequently. A bit more drastic, but sure. It makes sense. Otherwise, making something thinner, not as easy, because I don't know if we're really going to want to like pull these fibers apart. Not fun. Not a fun thing. Can be a giant mess. I've only ever really done that to do hairs on dolls. Okay, good. I picked up the right hook. All of a sudden, I was like, did I just pick up the wrong hook? No, we're good. I had picked up the bigger hook to show... to think. We're good. Okay, so how many was that then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So how much... Ooh, see, that's the size difference right there. The rows are shorter. So I think I will. I think I'm going to add a couple extra rows to this, because if I added 2... 2 is perfect. 2 would make it the exact same size as this guy, and that's what we want. We want them to be the same size. At least in my head. I think that a bit more worth it than having the same number of rows. Light blue, light purple, purple, and a silver strip. Ooh, that sounds pretty. That sounds so pretty. Oh, and each change is like 4 fingers wide. Yeah. Well, this one's 20. It's 20. 20, it says 21 total, but 21 total, 20 puff stitch rows. Go back to my actual pattern. For this one, I think I'm gonna go 22. Because then it'll be the same length. Okay. Yes. Oh, no, don't apologize. No, that's okay. I might have slipped and said the wrong number. I could have. It's okay. There we go. But you don't have to be sorry. Attention span of a goldfish, but at the same time, the memory of an elephant. I love it. A bit of a mashup of a goldfish and an elephant sounds amazing. Would it be the size of a goldfish, or would it be the size of an elephant, is the question. There we go. Did I? Dang it. Might have to close my door because I think my husband has to go on a call soon. I don't want to bug him. There we go. So I'll finish this one up and then I'm gonna go close the door quick, just in case. Size of an elephant. Oh, you're 1.8 meters tall, which is tall for a girl. Oh, I love that. That's perfect. Let's go. I like it. A goldfish elephant mashup. Size of an elephant. And just absolutely wonderful. Elephants are so good. I love them. I don't know how many meters I am. I'd have to look that up. I'd have to do the conversion. Okay, we're good. So, with that extra added 2 rows, how do we look? How do we look? Yeah, I think that's good. Just that added 2, because then they're like the same size, and I feel like that's just like a nice size to work with. So I'll cut it here. We can rise up. Okay. Okay, let's see. Get this put on here. All set. Still have to finish up my hexagon card again. But I figured we needed a bit of a break from that. Definitely want to make the cute puppy paw print squares with you guys, though. Because those will be such a nice little added feature. Okay, there we go. Today was a bit more of a relaxing day, I think, which is good. Sometimes you need one of those. Love it. Oh, 5'9"? Okay, so you're 2 inches taller than me. Where is it? You're about that much taller than me, right there. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I love it. we go. Make sure these are nice and snug. Let's see. Go into this end here. According to Google. I mean, you know what? Fair. I would hope Google isn't doing mathematics incorrectly, but look. Can we always trust it? So much misinformation on the internet, right? Oh, I love this pattern. Yeah, I'm adding that. I'm adding it. Look at that. We've made a couple of these. I like it. Where's my Excel sheet? I like that I'm showing you guys on this other one here. I can move it off. It was just because they kept tapping on my desktop. It was driving me crazy. I like those. I think those came out so cute. Okay. I'll plop them into my list here. And that didn't take long. That didn't take long at all to make, I would say. Probably about that long. Probably wouldn't even cost that much. Perfect. Love it. Okay. I have like this whole Excel sheet to keep track of everything I've been making recently just to keep myself a bit more organized. See, I'm trying. I'm doing my best. I'm doing what I can. But I love that. Okay. Should we make another one or should we try something different? Let's see. What do we got? What do we got to work with? Joined about an hour ago and I did 2 in the time. Yeah. Yeah. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Like, that's kind of a crazy amount. I usually do crazy projects that take way too long. That have like multiple parts and it's crazy and you're just like, oh god, how long is this gonna take? I kind of want to make another one, but I'm like, but it would be kind of cute to do something different. So I'm either kind of thinking a cute little like mug would be fun, like a little keychain. So like a little cup, like a teacup or a coffee cup. It always turns out so pretty. I feel like it does. Like, look it. And then you make something massive. I'm trying to think of what do I have around me. And then that comes out great too. So I'm just like, you know what? Take all the time you need projects because I love them. They do make me happy. What do I want to do? I'm always questioning it. Let's see. I might make another one. I'm like, oh yeah, we'll do a couple projects. Then I'm like, I want to make another one because I really like how these are turning out. What's a good color? Let's see. We could do like a fun green. Humans making plans, universe as if. How dare you try to make plans. What about like a foresty green color? I think I like that. Change it up, because we did a couple different versions of purple. I feel like I use this color for everything. I can't help myself. There's something pretty about it to me. I figured, you know what? Whatever we end up crocheting today, we're gonna have a good time. And I think so far we have been. And I like this, so if I have a few of these at my disposal, then I'll feel even better. Let's see. Then I feel accomplished today. What if I start another one? Or another project, and I'm just like, oh my god, am I gonna get it finished? This way, I feel accomplished today. An easy win. If you like the color, it's great. I mean, I think it's great. There's something about it. It's very nature, like a very natural color to me. Kind of feels like an autumn green almost. I guess it's kind of like an olive, huh? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we start off with our 5. And we just get going. Let's see. I'm watching my time now because I'm like, ooh, okay. Let's see how long it takes me. And this is with streaming, and streaming always makes everything a few times longer than if I wasn't streaming and was just kind of working on stuff. And 3. This one might be a bit thicker. We went from a thinner to a thicker. All worsted. Thanks, guys. Crazy fibers. Okay. Do you guys have a favorite color? Technically my favorite color is blue. I just love color though, and then when it comes to projects, I always feel like it depends on the project, right? For the color that I feel like would work best with it. So then I end up having so many different things going on. And I love so many different colors that it's like, oh, I had a person go, okay, well, if you had to choose one color to crochet with for the rest of your life, I'm like, no, please don't do that to me. No, because it depends on the project. I think I might have to turn the fan on in my office. It is getting a little stuffy in here. Okay. This feels so thick. Maybe I'm using too thick of a yarn. Maybe I should get a thinner one. What do I have? I have more of like a foresty green. Could use like a Simply Soft. Or we have like a gray. A gray could be good. You know what? It's fine. No. We're sticking with the green, and then maybe I'll make another one. Save material, save yardage, makes it easy. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Then you can combine them together like crazy. Have a lot more fun with it, you know? This one's more of like the purple. This purple here has the same texture. But now I'm like, oh, but we could try it in different types here and see how does this one work with this one? And always a good time. There we go. I gotta figure out some color combos when it comes to the squares I need to make. Because I was like, oh, do I want to make like just regular granny squares? Because that's always an option. Do I want to make them like this a starburst, or should they have an actual like figure in them? But I'm like, okay. There's a million options when it comes to just creating a crochet square, like a motif, right? When you're using like a square motif of some sort. Lots of different options. Because the one bag I did make, I used Tunisian crocheting, and I used the simple stitch, right? So I'm like, oh, I could just keep doing that, because I do like the idea of adding that bit of personality with the cross stitch. So I don't know, maybe I will just keep doing that with it. Could be kind of fun. 100% cotton, 50 grams. I'm not gonna be able to say it. Nice colors, great stitch definition, and you love it. Easy access where you live as well. Oh, that's so good. I always feel like 100% cotton always is so expensive, but it's so worth it when you can get it, and it's so nice. I know some people will stick their nose up against acrylic, but it's nice, it's versatile, it can work for so many different things. So I can't stick my nose up. But there's so many different types of yarns too, right? So we have the acrylics, we have cotton, bamboo. I've used bamboo. I like it. I like the bamboo I had, right? It's so soft. It's so nice. But it would split. It would split, and it would drive me crazy. Because I was like, do you really need to split on me and make this project 10 times longer than it needs to be? I'm like, would I use it again? Probably. But it might drive me a little crazy. And then I've actually used... I have some alpaca. Oh, that is soft. It was extremely expensive. I have just like a small ball of it just to play around. But it was like, oh, I have to get this. I was on vacation. I was like, oh, I have to get the alpaca yarn. So I have that, and then oh, what is the word I want? I can't think now. It's fine. It's fine. The artificial always gets squeaky on your hook. See, a lot of the fibers I'm using today are artificial. They are not squeaky for me. I feel like a lot of the times when it's like a really tight fit, or depending on the type of fiber, right? It'll do that squeak. But sometimes there's ways of getting around that. But I feel like that only ever happens when I'm doing something super, super tight. What was I working on that I did have? Did I have a squeak? I had a squeak recently with something I was using. But it wasn't too bad, because then it's like, okay, well, if I change hook and I fix up my tension, then it actually felt a little bit better anyways. Really tight tension. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. It can be a great thing and an annoying thing at the same time, having a nice tight tension, you know? Okay. There we go. It's kind of pretty. For some reason, I was like, oh, you know what would be really cute is if it's like the outer edges are green and then like the little petal parts, because like I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, it kind of looks like petals. If that's like a pink, that would be really sweet. Oh, it's an even tension. Yes. You know what? That's awesome. Having like, even if it's tight, if it's nice and even, that's even better. That's the best way to go about it. You learned knitting in school. It was a mess. You grew a little bit more impatient or patient or interested. Oh, fair. Yes. The patience and interest has to be there, right? Especially the patience. You got to be patient with yourself because it's going to take a little while for you to get to where you want to be. I always love when people talk about learning something like this in school. I never had anything like that. Um I learned at home. My grandmother taught me when I was a kid, and I always love hearing that people got to try something like that or do something different, and you know, it stuck with them. That's always such a nice thing to see. Knitting is probably something I first learned, and then I did continental knitting last year. I started playing around with it a little bit, and I was like, oh my god, this is so much easier because you hold it like you're holding a crochet hook, and I was like, oh my gosh, okay, I kind of understand this. Did I stick with it for too long? No. I learned it again, and I'm like, okay, if I really wanted to do something, I need to have like a project, and like I'll try it. But crocheting has been such a passion, and then doing Tunisian crochet, even though it takes a lot more yarn, is my little cheaty way of doing things that look knit, so I love that. But maybe one day I'll get back into it again. Gotta give myself a project though. See if I can't find something fun. When I was learning, everybody was yelling at me like, "No, don't pick something hard." And I'm like, "But I like doing the complicated ones." Why not? Give me the complex stuff again. You needed a scarf. You got it marked and it disappeared in the depths of the closet. There it goes. Goodbye. Goodbye forever, scarf. I'll remember you. Use like a fluffy yarn to cover that uneven mess in the first place. Honestly, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You get that crazy fluffy yarn that's obnoxious to use, but it hides all of your mistakes. And 3. There we go. Let's go here. Very good. Barely long enough. Oh no. And you could feel it, but it wasn't obvious. Well, that's not too bad then. I mean, look. If it's not noticeable, it's not that's a plus to me. And plus, if it was one of those first things you made, it's okay. It's okay to have all those silly little mistakes. It's how we learn. Oh, and I still love the thing I had read about in every project that you make, if you're making something, if in every project you make something and you're making it for somebody, make sure to always put in at least one little mistake, because you put your heart and soul into everything, so you want a place for your soul to come out. And I'm like, oh, I love that. That's actually kind of like lovely to say. It also just gives me a reason to have a mistake and go, yeah, that has to stay. That has to stay forever. And I'm not going to worry about it, because it's necessary. It's where my soul can escape. uh. Are these like key charms? So it's like a little wristlet. So the nice thing is you can put like all your keychain stuff on here, right? And then it goes around your wrist. So it's a nice way to like be able to hold it and all of that. So yeah, kinda. Could be a good for like a charm, or if you wanted to add it to the keychain, right? Nice way to hold it or like attach it to something else. I'm having way too much fun making these. Most of the time when you gift to people that don't craft, they don't even notice the mistake. Exactly. Exactly. It's not a mistake. It's all made with love. So there are no mistakes. Only happy accidents. It's not there if you can't see it. I love that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh my god. It's too good. Did we hit the 2-hour mark? We're hitting the 2-hour mark, so as we hit the 2-hour mark, I'm going to let you guys know if anybody new is just joining us. We are raising money for St. Jude, so if you'd like to donate, the link is in chat. 5 and 6, 7. They're a fantastic organization that helps kids with cancer. Oh my gosh. There we go. And their whole goal is to stop childhood cancer and get rid of it. So they do a lot of different research. They work around the world. It's kind of awesome. It's kind of amazing. 14. Okay. And we have been raising money all month long for St. Jude Play Live. We still have a lot more goals to hit, so if you guys want to get us there, feel free to donate. Or if you can't, that's okay. Do not fret. Being here is extremely helpful, and if you'd like to make an Amplify link to send to friends, family, your own followers, feel free. It also helps to spread the word of the campaign. There we go. I did my little spiel. I keep going. I like this. I can get so many done. I can get so many done, and they look so pretty. Okay, I thought Harvey was gonna want to leave the room. I was like, no, not right now, Harv. You get to just hang out with me. It's just adjusting. Okay, so that should be, what, 15? Okay, 16. So 4 more rows on this one, and then we should be good to go. Okay, give me 1 second. I gotta turn on the fan. It's killing me. Oof, it's getting stuffy. don't know what the weather has been by you guys. It's been kind of on and off storming here. Was hoping for a good weekend because we're gonna have friends over. It's like, I want to be outside and grill out and have a nice time. It better not storm. I'm gonna be so mad. But hopefully it'll be good. Oh, it looks like we're in an ad break. No worries. It shouldn't be too long, and I'm not gonna look. Have I been saying anything that interesting? Look. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Where the hell have you been, Lilka?
Is that an Ashton? Is that who I hear? Silently coming in and saying hello. How are you doing today, Ashton? How's your Thursday? There we go. Dancing your way in. Honestly, it's even funnier that you came in with Stardew music, as I just think it's funny, considering our obsession right now. It's going. You're sleepy today? Fair. I woke up kind of sleepy. I'm not gonna lie. You didn't do any research? How dare you not do any research for our Minecraft stream next week? You did farm, though? You know what? Do I blame you? No. Not at all. Not at all. Wait, how many? I didn't count. I have to count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. One more. One more row. I was looking, and I think it's like a download, but I did minor research while I was editing last night. I have not, it did not work. Something about it being not, I don't, you know, there's different types of Minecraft servers. It was one of the other types of Minecraft servers, and I was like, oh, I didn't really mean to download that one, but I think it has to be that one, so, it's one of those things, I think. So I don't know if I had the right files, technically speaking. You saw it on YouTube video? You'll have to ask Noah, who has, so you can find out. Oh, is it the one you sent me? Because that's the one I found. That's the one I found in our chat. Wait, that's even funnier. The eyeball guy. Hold on, let me see if it's the eyeball guy. Because that might be a different one then. How dare you. Look what you've done. It's okay. I've gotten 2 keychains done, so I'm feeling accomplished today. And I actually have a 3rd one finished. I just have to sew it now. Half Squat. His name is, oh yeah, Asian Half Squat. Here. I'm gonna send it to you. Great name, my dude. Great name. This one. Eyeball guy! I have found it. Oh, if anybody is coming in and is just like, where's this pattern? There it is. You're welcome. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So they should be the same length. They are phenomenal. Beautiful. We love that. Alright, I made 3. Now I feel like I should switch to something different. I don't know. If you guys think we should make a 4th one, I can make a 4th one. I don't know what color, but I'll make a 4th one. Or we move to some sort of keychain. I don't know which one I want to do, though. So I might have you guys help me choose. I have a right to be slightly lazy and make you guys choose my project. because I think that's fine. I think that's fair. The latest versions for 1.2.4. I think that's fine. That's not a big deal. That should be good. Yeah, but there was something with, like, it was fabric, I think it was, versus paper. And then it was just like, you don't have the right server downloaded. I'm like, I thought I downloaded your files, so now I was confused. We'll have to figure it out, though. I think it'll be fun. If everybody's confused as to what we're talking about, we're going to be doing more Minecraft next week. And we're going to do something special. And, like a challenge. So, get excited. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be chaotic. Oh, how did I... Oh, how did I... No, hold up. Whew. Or like a yellow or orange. Oh, that's a good idea. I like that. Always like that. You see the versions are for forge or fabric, so you'd say we do the fabric. Okay, I like it. Also, these keychains are so cute. I know! I love the pattern. It was a new pattern that I want. Well, I say new pattern. It was a pattern I found that I was like, okay, this is one of the things I want to try, because I have my giant list of things I want to try and see if I want to make a lot of them. Patterns. And I think this is one of... I added this. I added this as a, yes, this one I will make many. And so we've already made a few, and I like it. But I do like the idea of like an orange or a yellow. So I might put a poll in the chat and see what you guys think. If you have a preference. Or, you know what, maybe today is just a keychain day, and I like that, you know? Sometimes we just gotta get, like, cute keychains done. What yellow do I have? I might have, like, a nice, like, soft yellow. I'm trying to think if I have any, like, more variegated or something that would be kind of fun. But probably not with the yellow. I'm glad you guys like them. Screw it, I'm making another one. It's making me want to make more, because we're all like, yes, very cute. More please, thank you. They're very quick. We have made, obviously we made 3 so far. And that's with streaming and everything on top of it, so... Show us some of my colors? Oh god. Well, let me see if I can't get you guys a couple of the oranges and yellows that I have. We can choose from those. I have a lot of colors. I have too much yarn. Great game-related news. Planet Coaster is currently only It's $2? Get the frick out of here. That's nuts. All right, my nerds. Any game nerds in chat, look. Look. $2 is nuts. Farming Sim 22 is free on Epic. Oh, is that what it is? I didn't check Epic this week. I'm glad you mentioned it, because I was like, oh, I have to check to see what I can get. Because it was a surprise. Back to granny squares. Tiny ones. Ooh, I love a good granny square. Get those teeny tiny granny squares going. This was my latest. My latest granny square. They're so pretty. I love the color. I love the color. I should be wearing this. It kind of matches. You're gonna be doing a Granny Square related video today? If anybody hasn't checked out Ashton Stitches, highly recommend my lovely friend Ashton Games, aka Ashton Stitches. Hee hee. Look how fun. Oh yeah, I'm totally getting Farming Simulator. Is that one you can play with other friends? Because... it's horrible. Tiny. It's like 3 inches. Ah, I love that. That's so cute. Oh, it is multiplayer. Huh, interesting. Interesting. Alright, so you guys are saying a yellow or an orange. Okay, hold on. Because I have like a goldy orange. Okay, hold on. So like this really awful vibrant yellow. Let's see. Alright, so we have a incredibly vibrant yellow. We have like a goldy yellow. We have like this orange. I have this more pastel-y yellow. Apparently I have more yellows than oranges because I do not think I have anything other than like this shade of orange right now. What is on you? Get off. Okay. So we have these 4. I thought I had like a bright orange somewhere. Alright, I kind of do. But this is all I have. So I don't think that's gonna be enough. I don't know, I might have more. I have a red. Could always do a red. You bought mini skeins of 10 grams each. Intended for color accents on amigurumi, but again, different weight. Yeah, fair. You trying to use them up with their pastel-y colors. Oh, I love that. This goldy yellow. So we have orange and gold yellow. This is such a vibrant yellow. It's so vibrant. It's obnoxious. I'm gonna let you guys choose between these two then. Let's see. Battle of the colors. Gold, like the yellow or orange. It's like a more of a gold. I want to call it gold. What is it? They call it mustard. It's technically a mustard. All right, you got 2 minutes. It's in the chat. Battle of the colors, yellow versus orange. Who will be our next one? Anybody in chat is welcome to vote. Technically, you can vote multiple times if you'd like to use your channel points. Oh, is yellow just winning? Yellow is just winning right now. Poor orange. Poor orange doesn't have a chance. But I love it. Mustard is a good one, to be honest. It is a good one. I feel like this like orange, well, this yellow, goldy, mustardy color has come in handy. It's great. It's great. I have a ton of like this shade of orange, and I feel like something else. And I want to say I went nuts once because it was fall and I needed orange, and I went to 3 craft stores, right? They had like no orange. I was like, are you serious? So then when I could get it, I got like a bunch. So then I had like a ton of it for a while. that's my story about the orange yarn that's in my stash right now. It's kind of crazy. But I think it was like during COVID when that happened, and they were struggling to get yarn made. I mean, it was a struggle, and a lot of people were coming into learning a new craft and all of that kind of stuff. And it was just like, why orange? I needed orange for my project. So it was kind of funny. Anyways, yellow it is. Yellow wins. I know it's not done, but it's gonna be done in 2 seconds. And done. Off we go. Off to the races, I say. Okay. I'm like, yeah, I love this. This, and then if you missed it, I was showing that I went I'm going a little crazy. This is the Tunisian crochet from last week, and I've made 2 of the white now, and I've made 2 of the this powder bluey color, this like smoky blue. I love this color. I'm in love with this stitch. I cannot get enough of it. I also have to block them a little bit better. And then I'm also making it in that same green we just did the other wristlet in, so because I think that would be kind of fun. So I'm making a lot of these, and then I'm going to cross stitch on them, or embroider. But I'm going insane, and I'm making so many of them. Yeah, it's like a denim. It is like a denim color. Yeah. I like that. It's like a light denim color. It's beautiful. But I'm like, I love that color, and with the stitch, I'm like going nuts. I'm like, yes, this is what I wanted. This is what I need. And here we are. Okay. The birds are like tweeting like crazy all of a sudden. I can hear them through my headphones. Okay. At one point, was it today or yesterday, I was like, is there a bird in my house? But no, it was just that loud, and I had the door open so Harvey could look out. And I was just like, all right. Making lots of noise today. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go. Nice yellow. Thank you. You guys picked it. You guys picked the mustard. Do love a mustard, right? Oh, it's great. It's too good. You guys are cool like that. Yes, 100%. 100%. I love you guys. You're the best. It's hard not to want to hang out all the time. Oh my god. Ashton, at least say excuse me. And then you do this. No, with a heart. You know what? That's fine. That's fair. It's your prerogative. Oh my god, those puppers down there. Absolutely ridiculous, and I love it. Oh crap. Okay, you know what? This is fine. This is fine. I made that too tight anyways. Let's try it again. And 3. I keep wanting to do more painting with my VR set. We might end up doing some of that on our arts and crafts day, I think. So maybe we'll do some virtual painting, we'll do some 3D printing, and then we'll do some crocheting and painting and clay work. I don't even know. I keep wanting to. Okay, here's something that I was thinking about. All right. Enjoy your lurk, by the way. I was thinking that we could do a fairy garden. I've been wanting to make like a cute little fairy garden, where it's like a little spot where the bees can get some water and drink and rest, right? So you make it really, really shallow so that like, mosquitoes and stuff can't grow like their larvae or whatever, but just enough so that the bees can take a break and drink, and it's like a little fairy garden. And I'm like, that would be so fun. So I'm wondering if we should make one of those. Cuz that would be super cute. And then I can add it to my nice like little outdoorsy space. So I'd have to see, and like my plan would be just to get stuff like at the dollar store, like really cheapy type stuff that would be easy to do, or we could make it ourselves, but make a little fairy garden. So that's an option. We have so many different things we could do together, and I want to make a whole day of it, so expect that. That's probably going to be next week too. So we're probably going to be streaming tons next week because it's going to be our last week too for Play Live. And I'm just like, I'm not ready for it to be done. Where did the time go? But I'll probably keep the whole campaign open. Like, why not? We'll just keep it open. So if you guys ever feel like donating, you can absolutely donate as much as you'd like. You know what you do after you finish the square? Wind your yarn for a center pull. It is nice. It's nice for having a center pull. Can make life so much easier. Sometimes you end up with that yarn spaghetti, but then sometimes you end up with like such a satisfying and easy way of crocheting. When my yarn gets a little flat, I'll tend to cake it. I have a little cake winder, so then I'll use that, and then I still pull from the center. It's like a wind it back up, pull from the center, because it's just so much nicer. I'm glad we got a good pattern right off the bat today. I feel like we've had some in the past where they were complete duds, and we're just like, oh boy. But today felt like a good one. And we've made it a few times now, and I love it. There we go. Because I'm thinking these would be good for a craft show and stuff like that, too. Your black skein had the yarn spaghetti twice. Oh, twice? Like, as in, like, 3? Oh, no. Can you believe it? Detangled, wound it, stuffed it, and then it was just like, nope, it hates you. I've had that happen a lot, too. I've had it happen a ton, too, where it's just like, okay, this skein is just like, I don't want you pulling from the center. And it's told me multiple times now, and I don't want to believe it. And I'm like, no, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. And then I have to, it's like, no, come on. Drives me up a wall sometimes. But you get like that few times where you're just like, no. I don't want to deal with these knots. So I had started a project a couple weeks ago, right? And I was using 2 skeins to make it thicker. And then I wasn't really happy with how it was turning out, so then I started over, right? But I had to frog the whole thing. And I ended up with just a giant knotted mess, and I'm so frustrated, and it's just sitting over there, and I don't even want to look at it. It's behind me, it's where my yarn winder is, and I'm just like, I don't want to deal with it. I started trying to unknot it and do everything, and I was just like, I hate it. I hate everything right now. I don't want to touch this right now. So then I ended up like winding from a different end. And I went, yep, this is what I'm going to use right now because I don't want to touch these knots. They're frustrating. Because sometimes I can sit there and just get them done and unknot everything and it's fine. And then these I'm just like, the frustration. You'll wind it by hand with a Sharpie. Oh yeah, I used to do that all by hand, right? And then I ended up getting a yarn winder to make my life a little bit easier. But people always thought I was nuts. But I used to do it by hand too. Oh my gosh, where was I looking for? Oh yeah, that is what I reached for it and then I went, that's not what I wanted. But it is. Because it stops the noisy clanking. Every once in a while, I'll still do it by hand if it's like not a ton. But it can just be nice and easy to make a cake and be done with it. But you learn all those little tricks. What am I doing? Can't tell if my brain is just like, you need a break. You're forgetting what you're doing. If you need it, you never have the tool. A pen in your project bag is always with you. That's right. That's right. You gotta have the basic tools in the bag. Are you guys as crazy as I am? And when you go away or you go on like a little trip or something, your yarn bag tends to be the biggest bag? I try to be good, alright? I try to be good and not take a ton. But if I have the option, I'm bringing an entire bag of yarn. With all of my good tools. All the things I might need. I try to pick out specific projects. But it ends up being so much, it makes me laugh. I had seen a video on Instagram the other day that was it was like you have just enough like stuff for your crafting, and then you forget like one thing, and then she like walks out to the car and she opens up this giant container at the top of the car and it's just full of yarn and it's just so wonderful. It's just like like yes. And then you forget that one tool or that one color that you actually need. And you're just like, oh my god, how? How did I do that? I brought all of this and I forgot that one color. Okay. Da, 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 da. Guess I should count the rows so I know how many more to do. I'm just kind of going for it, as per usual. 9. Halfway there. Bum, bum. I feel like today was a good day to crochet, though. I'm not gonna lie. And if any of my regulars are here and you guys saw the schedule and you're like, this isn't what you said, it's like, yeah, I know. I shuffled it around because I'm like waiting on stuff to get here. So I figured let's shuffle it around a little bit and it makes it a little bit easier on me. So maybe we'll do some... We can either do some throwback games tomorrow, or I'll see what I've got. We'll do something different tomorrow, because I think that'll be kind of fun. Gaming-wise, at least. Dun, dun. You choose a project beforehand, just worried about the main color, whether it would be enough. Yeah. Yes. Right? If I have the option of bringing like a ton, I will, but if I have like only the option for like one project or maybe two, then I'm like, okay, how much exactly do I need? Is this enough? Do I have everything I need to finish the project? I try to be good. The last time I went on a little trip, I was good. And look, my husband even like laughed and he's like, "Yeah, it's not as much." It's my one little bag of yarn. He's such an instigator, though, because anytime I was like, I kind of want to buy yarn, he goes, do it. And I'm just like, you know, you're not supposed to say yes. You're supposed to be like, well, what do you have in your stash? It's like, well, you're right. You're not wrong. I actually have not bought yarn in a long time. I can't even believe that, but I truly have not bought yarn in a long time. I was like trying to be good and not buy a ton of yarn. There is a couple things I want to get, and I'm just like, I can wait. I can wait. I can wait. But I do need to replenish some colors because I think I'm running low on like good brown tones and stuff. Apparently I've been using those often because I'm just like, what the heck? I need like brown tones and like some creamy colors just to replenish those good like neutrals. Okay. If you go into a shop with a friend and you ask beforehand whether you should encourage her to buy something or if you should stop her, yes. That's a good way to do it. I'm bad and I'm always like, yeah, you should get it. Do you want it? Do you have that color? Is it fun? Do you have a cool project in mind? Yeah, get it. But if you tell me I can't buy this, I really shouldn't, I'd be like, then don't. But add it to your list, and if it goes on sale, then you have another day to consider it. Because I'm a big sale person. If I'm gonna get yarn, it's gotta be on sale. I have to have a coupon. I'm gonna get it for a good price, darn it. So I can constantly do my hobby and not feel bad. With her, it's mainly about clothing. Fair. Fair. Sometimes you need to get something nice, and sometimes you're like, okay, I have enough nice. I can wait a little bit longer. The outfits I have will last. I keep counting, and I'm like, driving myself insane. Okay, 6 more, and we'll be good. And 3. 1. Whew. All right. I'll probably finish this guy up and it'll be my last one for today. I think we did a good timing. I think we had Had fun today. We made 4, alright? I've made 4 of these. That's pretty darn awesome. Chalk that up to a win. And then we'll have to try out some of my other patterns. The is this a good pattern list? And hopefully we can find another winner. I always like finding ones where I'm like, this is too cute and I love it and it makes me happy to make it, and then it's just like, yes, this is one. This is one for the books. The pony bead creations that I like to do, the crochet pony beads, I should say. I've been wanting to make so many more of those, so I'm like looking up different patterns to make with the little pony beads. So hopefully that could be another one that I'll make a bunch of. The only part that takes a long time with that is all of the beads. It's very repetitive, but it's just like, oh my god, when you have to make like 60 of them and then put them all together, it's like, okay. It's gonna take a long time. I will let you guys know if I'll go live on Saturday. We'll see. Could always do a little bit of crafting and cooking, or we'll see what happens then, because like I said, if it doesn't come on time, I'm gonna be like so mad. But I think it's necessary. It's gonna be necessary for the cooking stream, because that is such a pain to set up for. It'll be just like a nice to have.
Hey. Oh. Hey.
Oh, thank you so much for that follow. I hope you're having a nice time here with us. I'm so glad you decided to join us today. Thank you. Do you really have a 7th of those black and white stripy shirts? See? You got this. You got it down. You got it down to be like, You're good. You're good for now. I'm so glad. Thank you. Yes. One more? One more. Because that should be 19, so this should be 20. Rambling. I ramble and then I don't remember numbers. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is a fun color. We've picked some good ones. I'll have to make like a whole rainbow array of these, because that would be kind of cool. I actually do have a variegated pastel rainbow, and I love that one, and I'm like, I need a really fun project for it. So any ideas would be great. I should probably like show you, but still. Was that a portal sound? It was. It was a turret from Portal. Some of my sounds are from that game, because I loved it. It's one of my favorites. You picked it out, though. You're right. Alright, let's get this guy put together. In Portal 2, you're stuck? Oh no. Where'd you get stuck? I feel like that's happened to me before. If, like, when I first played it, I feel like I did get stuck, too. It's been a while. I might have to replay that one. That might be a replay for me very soon. I keep seeing other games that are, like, reminding me of it, and I'm just like, I miss Portal. Hopefully you'll be able to get out of the stuck spot, though, because that sucks. It always feels, like, annoying, and then it's like, okay, now I found the solution. Now we're good. Now we can continue on to the next puzzle. There we go. Nice. Yeah. This is very good. I will have a whole bag of these before I know it. Oh, at the old part, yeah, there's a couple tricky sections. Especially when you get, like, the new goop and stuff to use. I guess the old goop, technically. But, yeah, there's a couple tricky spots. I would probably say, if you haven't, make sure to look up, because there's a couple spots where if you don't look up, which sounds ridiculous, right? But make sure you're checking up, because sometimes there's just gonna be something that's, like, off in the distance, or, like, just high up, and you're like, oh my god, there it is. That's what I've been looking for. And it drives me crazy. They say that all the time in, like, video games, or even, like, Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. It's like, people don't look up enough, and then you're gonna find the thing that you were looking for. Oh, yeah, the one where you have to, like, make the portals on the one that creates the portal material, or, like, the portaling, possible portaling material. Ugh. Look at those! These look great. Oh my gosh, so we have four completed wristlet bracelets. Well, wristlet keychain bracelet type things, right? So, like, you can just put them on. I guess I can swap to here. You can see. You put it on, clip your keys, clip your whatever. You're good to go. Clip your crochet thing, like, add, like, if you have, like, something that you need to keep track of, you know, pop it on there. Easy peasy. But, oh, I love it. Those came out so cute. I'm glad you guys had me stick with it. You got the orange and blue, but the white got you stuck. Yeah, oh my gosh. If I could remember exactly, I would tell you. But my guess is it's like a look up situation. Because I feel like there was a couple in that game where it was just like, oh my god, there it is. Alright, let me see. Oh, one more time. Here's the pattern, just in case anybody in chat would like it. There it is. It's free. Have fun. I'm gonna check out where we can go and say hello to. Where are we gonna run off to today? Bum bum. And if anybody would like to donate, last minute donations, link is in the chat. You can always donate off stream as well. No worries. It works either way. I think I have the perfect place for us to go. We have a fellow crafter crocheting. But thank you guys so much for joining me. Again, we're probably going to be gaming tomorrow, so it'll be nice cozy games tomorrow night. And then I'll let you know if I get to stream on Saturday. And then I'll make sure to put the schedule up for next week, and hopefully it'll be an exciting one. It'll be fun, probably a couple long streams. It's gonna be a good time. Idea, put a little tin bucket onto the bracelet and put the yarn inside it. Yes. Yes. Crochet on the go. I love that. That is perfect. That's a great idea, honestly. Do I have anything else to say? Oh yeah, I guess you can follow me on my socials. I have a podcast if you're interested in fun pop culture and discussions, and it's silly. It's my brother and I. Go ahead and join our Discord and our lovely community of nerds and gamers and crafters and just cool people. And then I also have YouTube. Yep. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna say, let's get the heck out of here. Let's get this raid started. We're gonna go say hi to KB Fibers, who's crocheting a unicorn currently, and I'm excited to see what's going on. But you guys keep crafting, keep gaming, stay lazy. I'll see you guys next time. Let's get the heck out of here. Use that raid call, use that sub raid. I'll see you guys there. Have fun. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Thanks for being here. Okay. That's all I got. Bye. Have fun. Bye.